the mid doors just to keep them busy, and SANGAL start to set up this execute. As looks like he's taken a good bit of damage. The HUD not quite reflecting that, however. Saneri now starts to swing into mid, and Major looking completely the wrong way. Taken out for free. Now 4 on 5. They drop the utility to try and buy some time. Paz already tagged down. Synopsy's got them on the cross, and they haven't cleared out. Rigon, he gets his first out. GXX about to be tested on this angle. He's been spotted and dealt with as well. Paz gets the better of the AWPer almost immediately. You can see Rigon instead will upgrade himself onto the AWP as Synopsy, aware perhaps they need some control, goes but pivots at the perfect moment, and now as this hit makes its way up short, it's an isolated A site. Juanflatro and Rigon doing what they can. Juanflatro continues to dink him up and somehow gets himself a double before he goes down. The timing is going to be absolutely everything, however. Saneri has got them on the backstab. Rigon going for the Kukli, and he's got it right as bomb goes down, leaving Paz in the 1v2. And they'll look to group up now. Molotov available for Saneri to just completely shut this down.
Yeah, but as you say, that Paz pops in to allow him to hop on towards that bomb. But it is, of course, a pretty wide angle, and Paz decides to just pop.
That Molly went in. He drops a smoke of his own. HE comes in over the top. Synopsy, it's an awkward fight. He does well to win it. Leaving Saneri all on his own. He's just about going to be back in time. Saneri does very well to get one, and that's called the rotations in. Now it's 2 frags on A. It's chaos across the map, but it's paid off perfectly for Blink as the low HP of Saneri in the best positions in the world either. So if they can take a couple rounds on the trot, SANGAL could be looking at the reset, and well, Sensei's going to have his chance. GXX wants to get aggressive
in a few seconds, and if they are to do so once that smoke fades away, you've only got one player in around the newest edition. It'll be interesting to see what he can get done on that weapon. Could open up a very strong secondary offer potentially for them. And it seems like it's actually forced now this commitment to come true from SANGAL.
Flatro inside of the smokes, rotations coming in, the long player playing incredibly passive. Soulfly should be able to get this. Soulfly's just starting to make his way towards 2 players already up on short, and he's going to get aggressive off the back of it. Saneri the first to fall. Problem at this point for Blink, absolutely no map control to speak of. The frags all go in the way of SANGAL, and Rigon would do well at this point to even get away. He's not going to be allowed to. The spray down. Everyone is here to meet them from Blink. Plenty of firepower, and Saneri's going to get double flash through this smoke now on the MP9. There's the first, quickly traded, but through the smoke, Synopsy's going to trade one more. 3 on 3, Soulfly looking to start stabilizing things, has found the man advantage now, and that Deagle being removed through the smoke. GXX
He did play with his previous team. Looks like we're going to see a very early long clash once again. This time the immediate swing in from Blink as they want to challenge and deny this area that's been a massive problem. And they will do so with the help of a flash, which at this point may just be forced in towards playing that retake. And, well, if they aren't, they could risk losing some players, and suddenly it's the flip side. I'm not sure if one was maybe dropped anywhere.
Lack of money always going to be an issue. Lack of kit starts to come through. There's tags onto Paz, sure, but the numbers are just being thinned far too easily. Major.
So early-wise, in terms of info, they should realize it's pretty much just that basic default going down.
With bomb on his back as well, is trying to join his teammates, but now the extra utility starting to come into play for the CT side. GXX on the cross has got one. Major at least able to trade it down, but that's over on B. They keep aggressing on A. Juanflatro dies in the flames in a 1-for-1, but Soulfly's out in no man's land on site, and 2v1. He's nowhere near the bomb at this point, Major. They know exactly where to look. Synopsy dropped the molly. He swings on through it.
Again, it is just going to be this long control. As I said, a position that they've struggled to hold onto so far. This time taking a slightly more passive approach to it, just showing the initial aggression of Juanflatro and pulling them in towards the crosshair right there of the man at car, catching someone caught, I believe, blinded, trying to drop into the pit. And at the moment, it's pretty individual on these peaks, I've got to say, from SANGAL. Even when Major follows up, he had been separated by the smoke. Was at least good for one, but again...
Dorps across the board, 1 kill for Synopsy on the rifle, everything else between GXX and Rigon at the moment. Engine, that's the consolation kill.
I'm liking this aggressive peek. Actually, I was going to say could have been a collateral, but it was. Soulfly gets taken down low, I believe. No, sorry, he actually got shot by a teammate. Okay, yeah, things just went completely wrong there for SANGAL. It wasn't even the player that I had thought it was landed on. Instead, it was team damage that was done. GXX then able to get himself an incredible flick on towards Major. You can see just a bit of the shoulder. Speaking of which, Sensei spots a bit of the kneecap right there, so is it?
It doesn't look like he's clearing this. He's not. He turns at the worst possible moment. Paz with the free headshot and the free sight in the 2v2. Sensei's going to be the real problem, though. The real issue. On site, flashed off the first angle, but the second flick is good. And one Flatro left in the 2v1. Knows he's got the AWP pinned on site, but the flash is good. Somehow adjust the spray to keep it competitive. 1v1 now. He's got to smoke for this bomb. He knows that last player surely has to be out towards the pit. It's going to be all on a little bit of luck and a little bit of timing here. Spamming away. Paz is not hitting anything at all. Finally, the tags, but it's too little, too late through the smoke. He'll get...
Again, if you're able to get that pistol going on your T side, then is going to be a very scary position for SANGAL, especially with this being their map choice. Sensei, though, kind of gifted the frag to approach it. Major, I think, is going to potentially get caught by this aggression. Not quite. Does actually turn around and expecting
this from one Flatro. A lot of damage done, but now Engine potentially can go through that smoke as well. He's thinking about it. GXX will go straight through it. The disconnected. They've got a man wide open on B. The backstab coming in. There's the first. Soneri does very well to react in time. But now they've got to watch every angle almost simultaneously. They're trying to split in here. Sensei's holding for the retreat. He's been dinked down to 1 HP, though. Now Paz is cool. They're going to post Soulfly up. Hope that he can get at least one on the response, and that's exactly what he does. Leaving Soneri now. 1v3. He's got an AWPer on long. That switched it up. Missed shot there. Soulfly still in mid, and a player on the B site as well. It is everywhere you look. There's T-side offensive players. He needs an early pick, and he knows it. Paz not going to peek that window. Soulfly waiting for the backup of the AWPer towards top mid. There's the first, but Soneri through the door gets it.
Definitely. Look at this from Paz, though. He's going to push straight through lower even early on. The question is now, does that second player in lower manage to recover anything? And that was the bomb. And thankfully, it's been kind of left alone now by Sensei as he's got to deal with that lower flank. Swept up by SANGAL right now, as they hope to be able to continue on with that final round that they added towards the end. They count them out here. Rip, Engine will.
Tagged down to 32. On control conceded, and well, Synopsy on a great angle does well to get one. Unfortunate not to get the second as Engine starts to mop up.
Into the bomb site right now, basically, for Blink. Question is, can they actually manage to make it work or not? And, well, a wide swing from Sensei gives a little bit of an opportunity over. The problem is, GXX is sat back, so it means Soneri has to get this kill on the bomb site, or else they really just have no opportunity anymore. It would have been a big bomb plant.
Major ops to back out of things, and that leaves an isolated Soulfly on the site. He could choose to go through this, dropping the flashes to do so. What have you got for a Soulfly? Absolutely nothing. Synopsy gets a freebie. Major will try and grab one on the cross, but GXX is activated in mid for the trade. And, well, the clock that was their enemy very suddenly becomes Blink's friend.
Expensive of those weapons. And you can probably just drop the FAMAS from Engine over towards Major.
Intended target, so they're going to look to counter-aggress in towards short. Sensei set up on the angle. Full blinded will still get the kill. And now the molly starts to split the T-side offensive. Synopsy does well to get one, but it's quickly traded down. The damage is on the board. GXX doing what he can, but it's chaos out on short, and Engine is taking full advantage. Rigon absolutely hemmed into the site at the moment. Soulfly has a nade that would finish the job. He's waiting for his teammate Major to start swinging things from long. Here's the HE, not quite going to land, I don't think. Nope, Rigon ducking down in towards the elevator instead. Nice clean headshot for the first. Soulfly playing the headshot angle as well. It's a dangerous game. He does have the health advantage, has the AUG as well. Smoke goes out towards the bomb. It's not actually on top of it. Soulfly taps it. He's expecting the player to still be in the elevator. He hears him. He gets the spray down, but time is going to be tight. That bomb is a long way gone. I think he's got it, though, and SANGAL will have their 11th.
Yeah, and decide and actually just move it over towards short. Makes sense getting themselves the control here, and, well, hoping to actually still take themselves some kills around long. Sensei's playing this incredibly aggressive shot, landing towards the man on pit, and I believe Rigon being low as well. Maybe he was tagged up, not quite sure exactly how that happened. But either way, it stands that he is incredibly low, and it leaves one Flatro to be the man to get all of this work done, pretty much. And, well, he started off with one at least, but the bomb's in the open, and it's going to be pretty difficult to recover. But, well, that was a major nade. No pun intended. Completely intended.
Clicking between the two angles with 20 seconds left on the clock. He's got to try and cover this plant best he can, and that means he goes down. Paz, perfect timing, perfect angle. The opportunity now is one. Flatro's got to cover 3 spots.
It'll be in the case, but no, everyone else is bought up behind them. They've even just decided to go for the scout on towards GXX, but, well, he positions himself in towards suicide, and it kind of lives up to its name once again. A very dangerous position to be in, especially with a weapon like a scout, where unless you get the headshot, they're likely to get a shot popped off. Seeing with the op, oh, nice spam. Soulfly, he's happy enough to eat the nade in order to get that kill for himself. And at least here with that lower aggression, they do have Paz very quickly following up in true short, and assistance then on mid.
Smart, not wanting to drop any more rifles than necessary, looking to build that cash, goes for the repeat and gets it. A really solid read on where it's going to be, and they've had the stacks in place. This time, plenty of presence over on A. Engine times his aggression perfectly, catches the man with the nade out. And 4v5, this starts to become a very one-dimensional take. Everybody is on shore. Molotov's dropped in to buy a little more time. They've spotted a couple of isolated players, and Scenery full blind will at least get one. They need a lot more where that came from, though, and it's a 2-for-1 trade. Sensei, posted on the car angle, has got a lot to do on this AWP, but the reinforcements are absolutely flooding in. Soulfly's got one flat throw as the bomb looks to back out towards B. The man advantage still there for the CT side, and Soulfly's grabbed another with
tunnels, but I do believe they are aware that he's still on towards the bomb site, so they're looking to just swing this together, ensure that at the very least the trade is to be found. And well, a good start for Scenery, but as I said,